Hey, music fans, welcome. Harmless Dave here on the Harmless Dave channel talking about journey related stuff. Can you believe it? It's all journey all the time. No, there's no music because this isn't really about journey, but yet it kind of is. I'm taking some of the comments that people send me and I'm grouping them into a video here about somebody who people want me to talk about. So I'm going to talk about this guy. I consider him a friend, and he's a great singer. Anyway, going to talk about him in real time for a couple of people just like you there and like me here. All right, so let me do some screen sharing here for you because that's what we do here. All right, who's this guy, right? This is what happens when Neil Sean calls and says, hey, you want to be the singer in Journey? And that could be the facial expression. That could be it right there. It's my buddy Hugo Valenti, who is now fronting the Journey tribute band called Hugo the Ultimate Journey Tribute. No more Voyage for him. They could have called it Trek, right? Because it's a slow, arduous journey across the country. All right, let's play what Hugo has to say here. And it's pretty impressive. If people don't think he could sing, he doesn't have to put out this kind of content, but yet he did.
When you're lost in deep despair, you need to go to Nashua Center for the Arts, Nashua, New Hampshire, February 20th. We will see you there.
I like the see you that ending was very cool. Nashville Nashville Center for the Arts. Okay. Cool state of the art place to go see great music. And I bet you're not going to pay like $200 for a nosebleed seat. Nope. And there are no egos. I don't think, look, there could be some auto tune. I'm not going to say that Hugo is above auto tune, but you heard him there, right? You heard him. He was singing Ask the Lonely, and he kind of nailed it. I like Hugo. What I like about Hugo is he's been kind of behind the scenes for many years, and he should have gotten the shot at this being the actual singer. But you know what happened? Neil Sean freaked out. This is a true story. Hugo walks in, or they send Neil a picture, and he's like, oh my gosh, it's like Steve's brother, Steve's cousin. Valente, Perry. I mean, it's no. I mean, Portuguese versus Italian. That's what that is. But it's pretty close. It's pretty close. The hair. And one thing about Hugo, which I actually like. I know some people don't like the mimicry. Okay, mimicry. It's a weird word. Even when I say it, it sounds weird. But he mimics Perry, and some people hate that. They're like, "Stop it! There's only one Steve Perry." Well, it's the way he holds the microphone. It's certain mannerisms that Steve Perry had, the clothing that he chooses for these shows. And you know what, folks? Look, we're at the place where nostalgia is fine. Like, you don't have to go out there and try to reinvent the lead singer position at Journey, which kind of happened under Arnell. Probably happened under Steve Augeri a little bit, right? Augeri kind of kept it neutral. And Jeff Scott Soto, he was his own, hurricane. He came in there and just did what he wanted to do and sounded great doing it. And it wasn't about the clothes. It wasn't about the mannerisms. But when we get to Hugo, I don't know. I think people would have appreciated this. They don't want to admit that they would have liked this, and he sounds the part. He's close. Is he identical? No. But what are they going to do this tour, right? They're going to go out there and they're going to try to almost sound like they can sing the songs. And this guy can sing the songs. And you're going to close your eyes. You're going to think, he kind of sounds like Steve Perry in places. Now, again, if you had Hugo and Dean on the same team, to me, that would sell lots of tickets. All right. You take some new press photos and you have Hugo and Dean standing next to each other. Dean holds a couple of drumsticks and Hugo's right there with a microphone. And, they're promoting it like, hey, these two guys are going to take us through the farewell tour. And I'm thinking people would be like, yep, I'm buying, because enough people know about Hugo now. The people who don't know about Hugo, I get it. You're not that into the tribute scene. There are a bunch of good tribute bands out there. This guy naturally looks the part. He's not wearing a wig, okay, which is big. And he's not. I'm gonna say this. Hopefully, he doesn't take it the wrong way. He's not a spring chicken, but yet his voice is still doing well. Now, a lot of people are gonna say, well, if he goes out there with Journey, he'll shred his vocal cords. Well, keep in mind, he's out there singing these songs already, and he's been singing them for what, at least 20 years, something like that. So I don't think you have to worry about the vocal cords. I think they would have already been shredded. Now, that's not to say they won't shred soon. Hopefully, the only shredding that will go on is, Neil Sean's guitar, right? But Neil was too spooked by this guy. He's like, he's too much of a doppelganger. He looks too much like Perry. We can't have him. So I'm thinking to myself, I think you guys messed up. I mean, Jerry was brilliant the first couple of years, but this guy kind of has proven that his vocal cords can take this. All right. He wouldn't have put out this little reel either singing a cappella. I think that was to say, hey, I can sing. Anyone want to see if I'm actually singing these songs? Here I go. So anyway, I think Hugo would be a great choice. There are people who have suggested other people. There's this guy, Ryan Christopher, who used to sing lead for another Journey tribute band. There's my buddy Jason Kelty. He's a great singer. He's in a Journey tribute band. But I'm thinking if you want somebody who kind of looks the part and has got these mannerisms down and is a decent guy. I know Hugo, and he's just a decent, easy to talk to man. I've had different dealings with some of the other. All right. I'm not going to get too specific here, but Hugo is pretty down to earth and pretty easy to work with. I would say this: if the band is looking for somebody in the farm system who's paid their dues, Hugo Valenti is the man. All right. I'm done with this. Thanks to everyone, including all the Journey junkies who continue to tune in for just Journey-only content. I promise I'll do some other type of content coming up, but it's been a slow week in the world of classic rock for the most part, and nothing says keeping the ship afloat like doing Journey content nonstop. So thanks again, folks.